7 a.m. I'm ready. I'm ready for the Get the Shadow Show. You know why?
I think we have to start every show with that. I feel like I was just going through my media assets and I was like, oh, we have this kind of here. What is this one too? I'm going to play something. I don't know what this one is. Let's just see. What's this? Oh, we don't need this. Stop that. End. How do I end? How am I going to get out of that? It's literally just like an asset that I made. Now we're stuck with it. We're stuck with it. Can we do that? Can we do that? Okay, yeah. Hi. Good morning. Hi. I wished so hard that Georgia would come downstairs this morning and say, I don't feel well. I need to stay home from school. I wished so hard. Hi, good morning. Good morning. I don't like the background because I can't see, but I'm driving, so I'm not supposed to look anyway. All right, good morning. Jeff adjusted the seats in a way in this vehicle that I cannot get comfortable. And so between my bed being moved and not being able to get comfortable there, and now my vehicle. Good morning. How are we doing? Say hi to each other, please. Also, I just don't know how I'm going to get over the fact that I cannot play music on here. I'm very stressed out that I can't play music. I feel like I need to just belt some songs right now and sing, kind of wake myself up. But like the copyright stuff is just not good. All right. Good morning. I haven't watched Bunny After Dark last night, but I did clip something. I shared it, and it's when Mike Crawford, I was playing Mike Crawford's video. Oh my God, there is a baby. Babies in driveways running freely. I clearly have some sort of anxiety in life, but these people are letting their baby just run freely in a driveway, and it's like everybody's getting into cars. Just not, no. Jesus. All right. The part where I am playing Mike Crawford's, I'm sorry, shit. What's his nickname? He has a nickname. Hold on. Fifth grade. When fifth grade is playing, I'm playing fifth grade's video. By the way, if you're new here, we're starting a language. We're going to have our own Bunny After Dark dictionary, and we give everybody nicknames. So we're just not talking. We're talking about them, but whatever. So Mike Crawford put up a video yesterday. And so I'm going to talk about this. If you watched Bunny last night, then I feel like we had a sleepover because we went to bed together and now we're waking up together. And that's hardcore devotion to the brand. But if you didn't, good morning. If you're watching on replay, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. But fifth grade released a video. Mike Crawford, I'll just explain it, released a video yesterday that he recorded. He didn't even do a live. He recorded it. Went outside in his house, recorded it, edited it, took the time to edit it, and basically went at Aiden, a about something that happened 2 years ago that he was involved in. But since then has like been friends with Aiden, profited off of Aiden, and like said he was his friend and he loves him and all the shit like that. So but okay, the point of it is that during the video, he basically, I don't know what he's doing. He's basically saying Aiden is a small man, a little man, and he doesn't know anything because he did not have two black guys or black eyes in 5th grade. And it is just my only hope is that someone on the internet has recorded this, because I don't have the technology and capability to do it. #Android. But I hope that it is memorialized for the world forever. There is no doubt that that is going to be a video that, whether it's today, tomorrow, or in the distant future, will be a moment of regret. It is the craziest, oddest display on the internet I have ever seen since the We Did It Tommy days. It is right up there with, and I am not, this isn't judging. This is me saying, like, as a regular average content consumer, this has to be the craziest thing I've ever seen. The intention behind it, the words used, the like, the closeness of the camera in his face, the recording of it, the editing of it, it is just, it's wild. So you've got to watch it. Give him the views. Make money off of this, babe. Make money, because you're certainly not making friends off of it. You're not making new followers off of it. You're losing them. If you are, whatever, I can't. Just go watch it. Give him the views. Give him the money, because I'm going to watch it again. I watched it with you guys. I didn't even watch the whole thing at first. I watched like half, and then we played it real time. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. That's the only thing I can say. So, because of that, Mike Crawford's nickname going forward is 5th grade. That's it. And I clipped a part of Bunny After Dark where I guess I was basically saying, like, you don't, like, nobody forced you to do anything, 5th grade. Nobody forced you to do anything. Like, it's so weird to see, like, that people just don't have, like, any backbone whatsoever. Nobody has a backbone. And he's, like, basically mad at Aiden that, like, he reacted to something Aiden did. Like, he's mad at his reaction, but he's, like, yelling at Aiden for it. And I basically, in the clip, I hold the phone and the microphone, and I'm pretending the phone is Mike and the microphone is Aiden, and I do like this reenactment, and it's very funny to me. I also spit out my beverage live on stream, so there was that. I have a real issue with it. I want to say something. So I don't know if enough time has passed. I don't know if there's enough of, like, I'm just not sure. Okay, I'm just not sure. The day I heard a recording between Karen Read and Aiden Carney, I admitted that I heard a recording between Karen Read and Aiden Carney. I admitted it on Spaces to all of you. And every single time since then, if it has been discussed or brought up, I have maintained that I have heard a recording. There is not one time from the day that I heard a recording that I have denied hearing a recording. And the reason for that is I knew that Meredith had access to that recording. And I knew it would make its way out in the world. And I was never going to get caught lying about it. No way. Not happening. And I understand, like, what that means. Like, you admit to a recording, that means somebody recorded somebody, right? Like, I get it. That's not my fault. I didn't record anybody. I didn't, so it's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything. I didn't share it. I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? And let's just say I was asked to share that. I have the free right to say, yes, I will, or no, I won't. I didn't share it. So this situation with fifth grade, where he's talking about how Aiden put him in a position with the recording of Lindsay, which, by the way, that recording, Lindsay was told that he was recording, but for some reason, like, whatever, Mike is saying that he was going to get witness. I don't know. You could have done exactly what I did, which is like, say you heard it and not share it. What do you mean? Why would you get mad at anybody about anything? You know, like, I talk about this all the time. Aiden and I are friends, right? And we do talk about things that are important in his life, right? And talked about personal things or whatever. Aiden is a work friend. He's like work wife. Like, we don't hang out outside of work. He hasn't met my kids. I didn't meet his kids. Like, he's work wife. Jimmy is my work wife. Fifth grade is somebody that works in the building. Why are you acting and talking like these are people that are like your family or like live under the same roof as you, Mike? Like, there's a certain level of shit. Like, you're not living in the right sphere. Do you know what I mean? And this video is just so strange. Like, it's almost like he's a victim. He's a victim in the workplace, which is just odd. I also want to clear something up, because 5150 is talking about me and the Olivia flip video or whatever. I've been in a precarious situation with this, just so everybody knows, because I did confirm the audio between Flip and Olivia with 2 other sources. Okay. One of them was Olivia, who I spoke to on the phone that day. But there is another source, and I want to say who that is, and I can't. And I haven't spoken with that source since that whole thing happened, and then something else happened, and then they messaged me. And I brought that source up to Aiden the other day because I just don't know them very well. I authenticated who they were and things like that, but I just, for their privacy, I'm pretty sure Flip will tell you who it is. I think he mentioned it to me in a message, and I'll share that screenshot just to maybe give you guys an extra, whoever needs it. But in the message, I think he says, I know so-and-so told you. So I can't give them up, but I can give it up. You know what I mean? So it was legit. It came from another source, and then I got it from a Proton email, and that's it. It's time for coffee. And I don't want anybody to lose their mind right now.
What can I get for you today?
Good morning. Can I have a large iced creme brulee made with whole milk?
Anything else?
Can I have no cinnamon on that, please? That's it.
$7.49.
Thank you. Listen, I understand. I hear you. But the last white chocolate pistachio I got yesterday, I didn't really love it. I don't know if it's the same people working. I don't want to risk it. And so, yes, we're doing something different. We have a little bit of a line here, so let's read some comments. Good morning. Did somebody say yo besties? Good morning. Hi, Melanie. I know there's a creme brulee. I know there's also a Samoa one on here, which supposedly tastes like a Girl Scout cookie. Mom to Nick and Allie says, Mike has nothing. I'm sorry, you mean 5th grade. Has nothing trying to twist facts. I thought he was a grown man. That fits 5th grade. He can say no. I know. Nunya, my mind is already lost. I'm sorry. Full of questions, Barbara asking people to give this a like. I just, you people who consume content are so good at that stuff. Oh, Melanie, good morning. Mike Crawford made a video. Hi, true crime fangirl. Flip is Nick, it's Flipperhead. What, Joe Flipperhead? Sorry, Melanie. There's a video that Mike Crawford. Oh shoot, hold on. I gotta get my wallet out. There's a video that Mike Crawford released yesterday. Oh shoot, I just hit a button. Oh my God, we're failing miserably. Stand by. We need to open up the phone. Okay, perfect. Hi, Cheech. Who's having a rough morning? No. Claire Elizabeth is having a rough morning. I'm sorry, pal. I hope everything is okay. Aiden has trial today in New Jersey. Yes, it's at noon, I think, or 2. Noon or 2. We went to bed together and we woke up together. I wore my jammies. Somebody asked me for the link. I will find it and post it. I don't know. It's at Walmart right now. Oh yeah, he's like, you're a little boy. You're a little boy. You set me up. You're a little boy. Claire, go rewatch the Beaver Moon segment. We didn't even really have, I just took you in the shower with me. Love that for us. Love that for us. Today starts at 9. We'll find out soon. It's cringe. Good morning, Karen. I know it's cringe, but we are going to watch it again. We're going to watch it again. We're going to watch that video again. It's very good. Noodles Mama, Amy, who's in Minnesota? I love the comment section. Good morning, Down Southie Diary. Hi, Lauren. Hansy. They're just trying. Did my song hit #1? No, it was a flop. It was a flop. I'm firing my producer. I'm firing my writers. It was a total flop. It didn't hit. Yep. Can't go on tour with it. Never again. We cannot do it that way. I get it. I thought maybe KP did a stream bashing 5th grade. Love that. Oh my God, no hot water. No. There's a man walking past me. So he lives up here, you can tell. And he just went to the bakery, but he's got like a Russian hat on. Yes. Thank you. I don't need a straw. Thank you. Hold on. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I need to wake up. Thanks. You too. All right. Fun fact. I had never had a creme brulee before. Didn't know what it was until I started dating Ron. When we went to the Capitol Grill for dinner. And Oh, that's yummy. I don't know. They're easing up on the flavor. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I'd never had creme brulee before. And I started dating Ron, and we went to the Capitol Grill for dinner. And Ron was like, Ron used to order things for me all the time. To try. And he ordered the creme brulee. And it was delish. It was just delish. Best thing I had ever had. But it came in this like dish, like a oval dish, white, and I loved it. I don't even know like why I had an issue with it or what it was, but I asked Ron if they could ask if I could have the dish, the ramekin that it came in, and they went and got me one and gave it to me. And every time I went to the Capitol Grill, I got a ramekin from the creme brulee, and then I had like 6 or 7 of them at my house with Ron. And I would take them out when I would make cheese trays, and I would put like dips in them and things like that. But I have a collection. I'm sure they're still there because it's like a time warp over there. But I used to, it was like a little, I guess my souvenir taking started very early. But I used to have the ramekins from creme brulee at the Capitol Grill at my house all the time. Yeah, I had a bunch of them. White coffee mocha. Okay, so I know what people may think, like that I'm a huge coffee drinker. I am not. I do not drink coffee outside of first thing in the morning if I have it. The number one reason for coffee is to assist with like my stomach. Okay, like it's just necessary. If I don't drink coffee in the morning, I get like constipated, and this is a new thing since menopause. I had, when I first started dating Jeff, when I first started dating Jeffrey, let's see, he hadn't even moved in, although that happened very quickly, but I believe it was in September. He moved in at the end of September. I think it was the end of August. I got sick. Like I had a fever and I was sick. Look at these 2 fucking huskies. Ugh. Ew. So I got sick and I went to the doctor. I had a fever. They gave me an antibiotic. They said I had some sort of infection. I came home, and after like 3 days, I was not any better. And I had just started dating Jeff, and Jeff was coming over. It was a Saturday, and the kids went to my mom's for the night. And Jeff and I, we weren't going to go out, but I was like, at least to come over and we'll hang out. And I said to him, I'll never forget. We were sitting on the back porch of the house we were renting. And I said, I feel really sick. I need to take my temperature. And I took my temp, and it was like 104. It was like crazy. It was so bad that I was like, I need to go to the ER, walk in. So I went in, and I had an infection in my gallbladder, and I had my gallbladder removed. It was basically like, you have to have emergency surgery. We're going to take it out. It's infected. Okay, great. That's why you're sick. Okay, great. I never asked any questions. It was never like, what's this going to be like? Well, ever since I had my gallbladder out, there's like 2 things that happened. One, I can't drink beer anymore at all. Like Corona with lime is the only thing I can drink. And I used to be able to drink beer. I can't drink champagne. The effervescence in these things make me sick. And the second thing that happened is I have never been constipated ever, ever, ever since then. It's just my gallbladder is gone, and it's just like this great thing. Thank you so much. Well, then I got menopause earlier this year. And a big part of like me figuring out that I had menopause, because of course nobody prepared me for that or told me about it, was that I began to like not to get constipated, and it's just so not normal for me. So of course, naturally, I thought I had cancer. And then that was debunked, thankfully. But anyway, I have to have a coffee every day. That's it. And I don't really love coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't like Dunkin' coffee. It's really just to get a coffee in me for the day, and that's it. But with that being said, remember when we went to Hampton Beach this summer with the family? We stopped at this place. They had a Dubai chocolate coffee. And here we are again with the Dubai chocolate stuff, but it was so good. If any place around here has that, I would very much enjoy it. I don't like Dunkin' at all. There's a place over here. If you're in Somerset, Swansea, or this area, you know what the Stevens home is. It's like a home for teenage boys who don't have parents or family. I don't know how you actually get into the Stevens home, but if you do, you're very lucky because you get to go to a program and live in a space where you go to school and they help get you ready for independence before you become 18. And then you've got to kind of go out into the real world. And if you don't have any parents or your parents don't want you or whatever, Stevens home for boys kind of helps. And I don't know if there's some disabilities or some behavioral issues. I don't know the whole deal, but I drive by it all the time. But when I worked at Bank of America, my boss's boss asked me if I was interested in teaching a financial literacy program for the boys at the Stevens home. And it wasn't really so much financial literacy. It was, I went there a couple of times a year to teach them how to open bank accounts, how to use a bank account, how to use a debit card, how to use banking apps, and teach them how to manage their money so that they would have that knowledge when they left the home and were independent. And it was one of my favorite things to do. It was very rewarding. Some of the boys that I met there were very memorable. And I always felt like they, you know what I mean? Like had a shot. You know what I mean? Like at least with one thing, like this place obviously partnered with people around the community for things that they needed or whatever, So I was always jumping at the chance to go to Stevens home and teach them and help them learn about opening accounts. It was very, Stevens home is open. I think it is. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think it is. It's in an old home, big home, mansion type, not mansion, but in the olden days, like when fifth grade was born. And there's like a history behind the home, but like, I don't know, like a very wealthy guy in Swansea, he married a younger girl after his wife died, I think. And anyway, she left the home to the town or something. I don't remember. I don't know. I just looked up and I saw somebody talking about the HPV vaccine. What got us to that point? Out of curiosity, what got us to that point? I just saw someone say I was blessed with the easiest menopause. So I will say that I'm pretty sure this started like this spring, like in March or April. And then things really started ramping up this end of summer, like hot flash and things like that. I do feel like things are a little regulated right now. I'm going to knock on wood. Like I don't know, but it feels like listen, maybe it's just I'm more prepared and I understand things, but the worst, it's just the worst thing in the world. It's very unfortunate that women have to deal with it. I really have resentment. And lupus makes it worse. I don't know if we talked about it, but I have this big theory that my lupus originated with my father being exposed to Agent Orange when he was in the Vietnam War. I just have this feeling. What I love for all of you is that I'm doing some sort of recon work right now and you guys have no idea. We're in a whole other town right now. Don't ask questions. You can't see. We're spying. We're just doing a quick spy story. When we were kids, so I don't talk too much about this stuff, but we have a younger sister, and my younger sister had a very good relationship with my stepfather, the opposite of the relationship that I had with my stepfather. Case in point, my younger sister never wrote one sentence. I know some people are new here, but a common thing that occurred to me when I was a teenager, or maybe a little younger, preteen, is when I would get in trouble, my stepfather would go to wherever he got them from. He would buy stacks and stacks of yellow legal pads. And he would, or white, I think, I don't know, both. And he would leave the notebook on the desk in the hall. And he would write the sentence at the top of the paper that he wanted me to write so many times. And if it was like 200, 500, 1,000. So if I got in trouble for doing something, I would get a notebook or 2 or 3 notebooks and I'd have to write sentences. And essentially what that meant was I couldn't do anything else until the sentences were turned in. Okay. And I didn't realize that this wasn't a common punishment because we don't talk about it and I didn't know. But I would have to sit on my bed and just write sentences over and over and over again. Your stepmonster did the same thing, Trisha. Okay. So over the course of years, having talked about this occasionally online, I have heard people say that it has happened, but it's very rare. So I don't know how else to say it, but the anxiety of coming home from school and going upstairs to see if there was notebooks on the desk. And I've had a lot of people ask, like, what would be an example? Not wearing my glasses was one. They bought me glasses that made me look really hideous. They pushed my ears out and I wouldn't wear them at school because I felt insecure. A really interesting thing, because like I would just want my girls to feel comfortable and feel their prettiest. You know what I mean? Like all the time, like we want to be pretty. We want to feel pretty. We want to look pretty. Like being forced to wear glasses where I was just like, I don't like the way I look in these. It was such a big deal to me. And I never understood why they just wouldn't get me glasses that I felt okay in. And by the way, when that eventually happened, I had no problem wearing them. So I will always wear my glasses when I am at school. That was a common one. I don't know. There was just so many different examples of sentences and it varied in how many. but I remember some sentences took me days to do. Now, I could sit on my bed and he didn't time like, okay, it would take me, say 15 minutes to write one page. He didn't do that. I just was basically like in my room or in a space until I finished the sentences. So sometimes I would lay on my bed and sometimes I would listen to music, but I couldn't do anything until the sentences were done. Also, it didn't matter if it were a holiday, just so you know. If there were sentences to be done, the sentences needed to be done. So a very traumatic memory for me is it was Thanksgiving and we went to a family's house for a big Thanksgiving dinner. And I could not leave a front bedroom because I had sentences. And I don't know why that one was an issue. Like maybe he felt like I should have had them done already and I didn't do it and I fucked around. I don't really know. But like I was in a room on Thanksgiving writing sentences. And I remember some family members came in to the room and it's so fucked up because nobody ever did anything. Nobody ever was just like, dude, you can't do this or you shouldn't do this or whatever. You know what I mean? Like everybody just kind of like made it out like it was like, I remember one family member came in the room and stayed in there and like wrote some out for me, like to try to like pass it off as my sentences. It's like, I don't know, dude, like, again, I've learned to look at all of these like things as things that shaped my personality that have made me cut out for like all of the shit I deal with around here every day. Like fucking Meredith's gonna like post pictures of me where I look fat and like say all these mean things. Bitch, did you ever sit in a fucking room on Thanksgiving with notebooks having to write 5,000 sentences about how you didn't clean the kitchen floor right the first time? No. That's my Mike Crawford moment. Did you ever have to write sentences on yellow legal pads bought at BJ's? No. Well, that was stupid and heavy for the morning. Subconsciously, I hope that my stepfather listens to my shit. I hope he listens. I hope you realize, like, you're just so bad of a person. And also there's like this weird gaslighting thing before gaslighting was a word, but like there were some good moments in my life, some fun moments, some wonderful experiences. Like, and I remember when I would talk about this, like as I was an adult, they would be like, oh, like some his siblings or whatever, or like my younger sister would be like, oh, do you not remember this? And that, like, yeah, there were some real, that's what made it so bad, because there would be great times and great moments. And then you were just like, wait, did I just see somebody say in 5th grade, he wrote it on a slate? I'm going to fucking die. I'm going to die. Is he with my mother? No, he left my mother. My stepfather filed for divorce right after TT and I turned 18. And he didn't pay a lick of child support. Again, like, I'm not going to say anything about my mother here. No, there's a reason why when things don't go well in my relationships, I peace out, like, bye, because I would never stay. Never going to put my kids through a weird situation. Never going to, just, we're peacing out. Bye. See you later. Like, again, like, we all have backbones. We all have the abilities to say, no, yes, I don't want to do this anymore. You can't make me. Bye. In retrospect, I am very sure that, like, because of the control that my stepfather had over me, it is why I, like, seize every moment to be in control of my life. Because for so long, somebody else controlled everything I said and did. Controlled everything. There was no freedom. So, sorries, everybody, if I, like, choose to, like, control my life, say what I want, yell at people when I say you can't tell me what to do. It's rooted in fucking a crazy person who controlled everything I did. You know, like, and everything, like, I was made to think that things weren't wrong. Like, I couldn't have a boyfriend in high school. Why? What's wrong with that? I'm going to tell you something. I am allowing my children with restrictions and observations to have healthy relationships in high school, and Julia's turned into what'll be a marriage in 6 months. Relationship for 2 years. Georgia has dated someone. It didn't work. Guess what? She left him. My daughter, I could cry thinking about it. Even as a sophomore in high school, Georgia has the skill set to say, if something doesn't feel right, I don't have to stay. And she broke up with the boy, where I think it's very common to see women just stay and then get broken up with. And I've already instilled in my daughter and my other daughter that if it doesn't feel right, you don't have to stay. And you can be sad about it. And she was heartbroken. She was heartbroken that she had to dump the guy. And I just, so here we talk about you doing what you want, when you want, how you want, and nobody can tell you can't do it, no matter what. Within reason, maybe not even within reason. Maybe you can do whatever the fuck you want. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I can be a Republican and I can talk about sex on the internet and you can't stop me, Kayla Churchill. Do you know what I mean? We cannot cry on 24 on 24 with our 3,000 calorie beverage. We cannot do that. So it's just like people, I don't know, man. You can't tell me what to do. And I don't want anybody telling any of you what to do. If you're sitting, you don't need to have gone through that situation to like feel this way. I don't know what everybody here listening does in their real lives. I know a lot of you do, but I don't know what a lot of you do in your real life. But it's never not worked out for me taking this approach. Never. It has never not worked out for me. And sometimes it doesn't look the way it's supposed to, or a situation doesn't feel right or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But it eventually does, because I'm true to myself. I don't falter on shit. And I just don't fucking like people telling me what to do. And you shouldn't either. Don't let people tell you what to do. At all. What are you going to do? You have one life. You have one life. One chance. And this is it. Are we really going to sit around here and we're going to let people tell us we can't say things that we think in our heads? Are we really going to sit here and say you can't go and do A, B, or C? You're going to waste that time that you have, this precious time on earth, like doing things you don't want to do? No way. Nope. We live it all to the fullest as much as we can. And we don't tell anybody what to do, and we don't let people tell us what to do. Emo Jess today. We did it, Tommy. Can someone do me a favor, because I'm driving? Can someone Google what time Savers in Fall River opens and drop it in the chat? Thank you. Also, I felt like this story was relevant today. I was going to tell it anyway, not because I was like deliberately going to tell it. I thought of it this morning. We're talking about it, but now even more so, because maybe I manifested this whole thing. But when I met my husband, and if you've heard this story before, sorry, but when I met my husband, he had been through a really, really terrible divorce, and it affected everybody in his family for a lot of reasons. And again, Jeff's story to tell. I think he dated a couple people here and there or whatever after he got divorced, but he certainly didn't bring someone home to meet his parents, so to speak. And right away, Jeff was like, well, I want you to meet, people or whatever. And I remember meeting his parents and being very optimistic. Coming from a broken home, couple that's been together for a long time, I was really, really excited to have that, what looked like stability. And it is. So it was fine. So listen, I don't know how to explain this, and I don't mean anything by it, but it's just my reality. Bristol County Portuguese Christians are a very unique demographic, okay? I'll say that again. Bristol County Portuguese Christians are a very unique demographic, and my husband's family are born-again Christian, and I have family members who are also born-again Christian in a different church. I grew up Catholic school girl, so I believe in my religion, and I embrace my children being Jewish and all of the things that come along with that. And so naturally, there was the suggestion for me to go to the church that my husband's family goes to, and okay, I'm fine with it. If you've ever been to a born-again Christian church, it's very different than Catholic church. It's very different. Whatever. Anyway, the main point here is I didn't really fucking care. Okay, I'll go to church. Not a big deal. Well, it was actually the opposite. I was happy to go. Sure. You know what I mean? Different, but I'm okay. I'm fine. Everything was fine until my husband and I decided to get married. And again, very quickly. Jeff and I met in May for the first time. We started seeing each other in July. He moved in October or the end of September. We were engaged on Halloween, and we got married in April. Okay. So less than 1 calendar year from the day we met, we got married. So we get engaged and we start talking about getting married quickly. And I'm just going to be honest with you. There was really zero hesitation on my part and Jeff's part. There was just, we knew we were getting married. We knew we were getting married from our very first date. I can't explain that. It's just, we knew. I knew, he knew, whatever. So here I am like an idiot. Do you want to get married at your church? And Jeff was like, sure. Okay. And so we have the conversation, I think, with his mother. And I could tell she was acting apprehensive or whatever. Anyway, so it's after the first of the year, and now we're planning a wedding. Okay. We're planning a wedding in a short amount of time, an abbreviated wedding. Certainly nothing like Miss Julia Travassos is planning, my daughter's gala of the century. Very small budget, using our tax refund from that year, which was $5,000. We were just going to have a small wedding, and we're going to get married at his church, and then we were going to have a small little reception or whatever. We're planning this whole thing out, and we have to go and meet the pastor. And I had met him before because I had been going to church, and we got to the church. We met him during the day. Very weird conversation. And essentially he said that he would not marry us. And honestly, there was never really a reason why, but it was all kind of framed as we hadn't been together long enough. I had 3 children. Jeff had 1 child. It was just, he could not sign off or bless our marriage. And he wasn't going to do that. And I left there devastated. First of all, didn't have that on my bingo card. Second of all, made me feel like absolute shit, like there was something wrong with me. And I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? So we figure out a new plan, and we plan to get married at the oldest church in Somerset. I pass it every day. Non-denominational church, very happy to take us. And we were going to plan. Is there a boat coming? And we were going to get married on a Saturday. And on the Monday before the wedding, good morning, my mother-in-law asked Jeff and I to come over to their house. I think it was before we picked up the kids from school. I don't remember. The kids weren't around. And I knew, like, I had a time limit. I remember having a time limit. Like, I couldn't stay. At one point, I had to leave. And when we got to the house, my mother-in-law had a piece of paper written down. And it was all of the reasons why we should not get married. This is a week before the wedding. All of the reasons why we should not get married. And they varied. We didn't know each other long enough. Lots of baggage. The kids. Just, I don't know. It was extremely traumatic. That's all I know. I remember sitting there and feeling like I can't, nobody is supporting this. And it didn't seem reasonable because I was a regular person and Jeff was a regular person. And like, there were no real factors that would determine like that we weren't compatible. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just very weird. But there was like a little bit of doubt there. I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with us? Like, the church wouldn't marry us. Like, they offered to pay for the wedding in a couple of years if we put the wedding off. And girls, you know me, money doesn't mean anything to me. So it didn't matter. I don't need fancy things. So I don't know. It didn't matter to me. This turned out to be a traumatic event. It was a massive argument because at one point I just flipped out. I was like, who the fuck are you people? Who are you to judge me and to judge my family choices and my previous relationships? And who the fuck, what are you people? What makes you all so special that you are some sort of judge on whether or not I cohabitate and live with this man? Like, he's a grown adult. I'm a grown adult. I have children. We're parents. Who the fuck are you? Like, I lost it. I was just like, this is crazy. You know, did I have a minute where I was like, do I want to even connect with this family in this way? And then Jeff and I left and we got home. We picked up the kids from wherever and we went home. And I remember laying on the bed and I was just basically looking for him to guide me in this situation because I really believe like the adversity was too much between the church saying no and then this intervention, and also not having really any family support on my side. Like, nobody was really into it, not because nobody was actively working against me, but nobody was really into it. So I was just like, I really just basically looked to Jeff to make the decision on this. And Jeff was like, fuck them. Let's cancel the wedding and elope. And I was like, can we do that? And he was like, why not? What are we going to do? So we're going to have the wedding, right? Is there somebody like being weird in the chat? I love that for them. And so it's probably somebody in my husband's family. And so Jeff kind of worked us through the scenario and he's like, okay, so we're still going to get married, right? And I was like, yes. And he's like, so now we're going to go get married and we're going to have these people here who don't want us to get married. They're going to be in that like coveted space. And I was like, right. And so we canceled the wedding. I canceled it via Facebook Messenger. Every single person who was invited to the wedding, it was a small group. I sent everybody a message on Facebook canceling the who's being a menace. Anyway, I don't care. Let them stay. Ignore them. You guys block them so you don't have to see it, but so we canceled the wedding and we eloped. We changed some things around. We weren't going on a honeymoon. We were just getting married. And TT for the win. TT helped us. She took care of the kids for one night until they went to their respective parents. So Jeff and I could get out of Dodge. And we basically called the church. We told the church, by the way, non-denominational lesbian pastor at the church that we got married at. Guess who wasn't judgy? The non-denominational lesbian pastor who was just like shaking her head at like everybody judging us. And we call her and we're like, listen, the fix is in. They want to try to stop us from getting married. Can we change it from Saturday to Friday? And she was like, yes. And so we just got married, just us and the kids. And that was it. And then we hightailed it out of here. TT took the kids and we went, we stayed in Newport overnight, Noop. And then we went to Connecticut and stayed at Foxwoods for a night. And then we drove down to Philadelphia for a night. And then we drove over to Atlantic City for a couple of nights. And then we came home, married. And that was in 2013. Yay. Meredith hacked. Her name is 5150 and she did not hack. We did it, Tommy. We fucking did it. And every single solitary year that we celebrate our anniversary, it is a big fuck you to everybody. Also, listen, there has been times in my marriage that have been very, very difficult. And I definitely contemplated us getting a divorce. Most of those things were related to my husband's ex-wife and that situation. And we went, if you ask Jeff, he would probably tell you we didn't go through a real rough patch. But for me, we did for several years recently. So I don't know. We made it, I guess, still. Not who's not to say this show and all of the things that I do may be another problem for us. Jeffrey was not happy yesterday with them going after his jobby job. But we'll see. I mean, if that happens, then we're going to have to crowdsource enough of money until Jeff gets another job. And I'm sure, you know, I could go on some crazy rant that'll go viral talking about how I, got canceled and all of the peeps would, whatever. I mean, just somebody take Jeff. You know what I mean? If Jeff loses his job, Cheech, just take Jeff. Have him live with you for a little while. Don't just take care of him. Okay. What's going on in this chat? I don't care about the trolls. I don't care about what's one thing that these trolls are saying that is really bad. Give me one thing. Oh, Jess, you could go viral if you what do you mean go what does that mean, go viral? First of all, I've gone viral several times. Number two, I love babbling and talking to the besties. It's my favorite thing to do. I enjoy it. Hold on, I'm driving around a precarious turn and curve here. It requires attention. Did anybody look up Savers? How close am I to being able to actually go into Savers? Like, do they open at 9? Because I could do some like work in the car. Or do they open at 10? Because then I would just turn around and go home. Listen, I just got to be honest with you. Okay, so I'm assuming there's some people here in the chat and like saying I suck or whatever. I'm just going to tell you this. I check my numbers every day, right? I look at all of my numbers. I woke up this morning to Bunny After Dark last night with 11,000 views when I woke up. So not even 24 hours, not even 12 hours later, Bunny After Dark had 11,000 views. That is like double what it was when I first started doing Bunny After Dark. This thing that I do in the morning, which I say is going to be an hour, but whatever, nobody tells me what to do. This thing is now getting, like, when I started, it was a couple thousand, and now, like, yesterday, it was like 4,000. What do you want me to do? The only thing I can tell you is if these numbers go in the other direction for a chunk of time, then I would maybe say, okay, this isn't working and we're going to get, what do you want me to do? You want me to stop growth? You want me to stop talking to these people in a black screen? Why? People are here. People are watching. Why would I don't get it. Like, what do you mean stop? Like, I still possess the skill set to be a writer and a journalist. I have made a very deliberate decision to stop that temporarily. There is a whole method to what I'm doing here. And I've disclosed that many times. We are stopping being a quote unquote journalist so we can build this. And then after I build this, and I've already built my writing and journalistic platform, then we're going to combine the two for a superpower of the likes of which no one has seen. We will have the platform, we will have the skill set, and we will have the bunnies, and we will be unstoppable. This is all part of my plan. It's all part of my plan. But the only way you can get that is through sharing, oversharing, and being authentic. Working through problems with the people who are listening to you, asking them for help, sharing things that make you relatable so they buy into what we're about and what we're doing, because mainstream media has failed you and you and you and you and you. It's very detached. It's not real. Nobody there cares. I care. I talk to my besties. You text me, I text you back. You email me, it might get lost in the emails, but I'm here. I'm not saying we're best friends, but like, I don't know. It's fun here. I just want to let you know I'm at Savers and it is not open. Do you have store hours? 9 a.m. We can stay. We can stay. I'm looking for something very specific, which is hard to do at Savers because everything here is random, but okay. Now we're going to park. What time is it? We got 20 minutes. Perf. We're going to probably not stay on here for 20 minutes, but we'll read some. Let's read some things. Good morning. Someone just became a YouTube member. Thank you. It's very hard for me to see these when I am on my phone. Savers opens at 9. Thank you. This is my morning go-to now. Haters are going to hate. There is no time for negativity. Good morning, besties. Not that Meredith. Somebody has that name. Are you sure? Hi, Jess. Just got here. I'm catching up. Really appreciate your snark. Thanks. Petty LaBelle. What a name. Petty LaBelle. Oh my God. I love a good nickname. The bunnies will rule the world. Good morning. Not that 5150. Definitely not Karen Reed's world. You can tell who came in some of these circles after Karen Reed. My name is Meredith. I'm sorry. It's okay. No time for negativity. Jess Machado is like one of the more negative creators on YouTube. I thought I was blending in. I haven't said anything mean. Lucky, I don't know what you're saying, but I saw a ton of people commenting with your name, so I don't really know. Be nice in here. Good morning, Summer Coffee and Trials. Bunnies multiply. Bunnies multiply. Fifth grader could never. It's true. Good morning, Nancy. All right. So what's on the agenda today? It's Thursday. We're almost there. We're almost at the end of the week. Almost. Just don't worry about the bozos in the chat. I really don't. Care Bear stare. Listen, there is a little bit of like things that we're not talking about here, but like somebody is Lucky L hater saying you can leave if you're sensitive. Listen, just so you know, the minute I'm off of this, I'm deleting you from the chat. You can't tell my buddy, like my bunnies to leave. You can't tell people who are here all the time you can leave if you don't like you. What are you talking about? I'm kicking you out. What are you searching for at Sabres? Great question. Guys, ignore Lucky. They get to stay for the stream, but as soon as I'm done, I'll block them and they'll have to create another fake profile. I bought last time I was here, or Salvation Army, I found the absolute best curtain for Christmas for my downstairs half bath. It was the perfect red and white gingham checkered curtain for a short window, which is like a kitchen window. It had a valance at the top, and then it had like the part for the halfway down on the bottom part, you know what I mean, like the split curtain for kitchens. Well, I have a small bathroom, and so it's the perfect type of curtain for that. And I like pops of red for Christmas. I don't like do campy Christmas stuff, but I like the red and things like that or whatever. And it also had like a trim of like little red balls all around it. I absolutely loved it. And I was so excited to put it up. And then Julia came over to the house and she was like, "What's this?" And I was like, I said, "I bought it for your kitchen window." And she was like, "Thanks, Mama." And I gave it to her. I gave it to her. And she sent me a picture of how cute it looks in the kitchen. And ever since then, I keep thinking about it. I keep thinking about it. And I want it. I want it back. So I'm going here to see if maybe I see something similar. That's really what I'm doing here. I want it back. Your pupper has a chest x-ray today? No, Karen. What is your puppy's name? Oh, look at this guy. Okay, forget it. I can't block him right now. Sorry. We did it, Tommy. Listen, I taught financial literacy to these people. I am terrible with my finances. I'm not good at it. I thank God for Jeff. Also, whatever I had. You know when I'm great at financial literacy? When I'm making more money than what is going out. When that happens, everything gets paid and I feel great and everything is great. But when I don't make that, and that's when the problems occur. I will tell you, my children, Julia, I basically set Julia up for success same thing I was doing, things that I just never did for myself or nobody ever taught me. I'm not playing a victim here, but Julia got a bank account when she turned 16. She got a checking account, and first she got a job, then she got a checking account, and then she got a savings account at Bank of America. It doesn't matter if it's Bank of America. It's just got to be at a bank that has credit cards as well. And she got her accounts there, and she had them for when she was 16, 17, and 18. When she was 18, Bank of America offered, or you can apply for a credit card with a small limit of $200. And I taught her how to use her credit card. You want to charge things on it every month. You want to pay half the balance while it's interest free every month, not in full. While it was interest free and there was no harm, you carry a little bit of a balance. And then they changed it to 500, and then it got to 1,000. I remember she was in college and it was to 1,000, and I taught her basically how to build her credit, something that I did not do. Nobody ever taught me how to do, and got her to the point where she has like a 770 credit score, right? And done, check, done. And Jack, exact same thing. We didn't do Bank of America. We did Chase Bank because I think we opened the bank during COVID or post-COVID. I'm not really sure, but there was like no bank around here open at the time. So we did Chase online banking, and same thing. They have to offer a credit card. Same thing. Savings account, checking account. When he turned 18, they offered him a $400 credit card. He got that when he turned 18. He's 19. He'll be 20. His credit card is up to a $2,000 limit. Chase moves faster. Jack charges everything on his credit card and pays the balance off in full every month. And now they just offered him a rewards credit card to upgrade. And so he gets like 1.5 cash back. And that one has like a $2,500 limit. And so Jack is much more like financially literate than Julia was at this age. He's motivated by these things, and hence he's going to school to be an accountant, but like he's on lock. He's obsessed with his credit score. He looks at it all the time. He's got a higher credit score than Julia. And I just talked to him about the mistakes that I've made. Like, just shit nobody fucking took the time to ever explain to me. And at a time when I didn't have money or parents that were supporting me. My mother was struggling after her divorce. She couldn't help me pay for anything. You know what I mean? So like whatever, it just set up a cycle of shit. Not my kids. Not my kids. We're doing 750 above in this house. Georgia may be a little bit of a challenge. She's the wild one, but same thing. As soon as she gets her job, she gets the exact same treatment, and we get them better than what we were. That's the goal. When Jess said 5th grade wouldn't be able to pass down the family dog walking business. Jess, it was harder for women when we were young. Yeah, I mean, it's just a generational thing. Baby boomers were very much taken care of and spoiled by their parents. You know what I mean? My grandparents. And baby boomers divorces really screwed up our generation in a lot of ways. So anyway, whatever. I didn't breed a bunch of degenerates with bad credit and repos. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. My children are all far more successful than me, and they're not even old enough yet. All right, it is 8:50. Savers is opening in 10 minutes, and I am hopeful to find some sort of a curtain for my bathroom. I know I could probably go online and find one, but it's not nearly as fun. Okay. We are worth as fun. My mom is a boomer, but she spoils me pretty good, thankfully. Oh, adopt me. Okay, your children say more about you than you ever could. Facts. And it's so funny, but there are like some people who locally not fans of mine, right? And their kids are just fuck ups. Hate to see it. Sorry your stepfather treated you that. We are good. We've parlayed it into a wonderful life with children who are amazing and fun and great. And this is why we talk about like my kids. That's the most important thing. Has anybody checked 5150's Twitter account today? She usually goes crazy posting before she goes to work and then she locks in until lunch. Am I missing anything? You're going to teach me how I deal with trolls. I don't really care. I like reading the comments. I want to be self-aware. You know, sometimes when people say things mean about me, if they sting, that's because there's some truth to it. Do you know what I mean? Like there is maybe sometimes a little bit of truth. It's the stuff and the parts about us that we don't want to admit that are true. So the reason I like to read the things that trolls say, even just once, maybe I block you after that, but at least once, is just as a reminder to be self-aware. 5150 for all our personalities. I thought 5150, isn't that what a restraining order is? I thought that's what we want 5150 to have a job. You guys, did you work through this scenario if 5150 doesn't have a job? Let's just walk through this. Say 5150 gets fired from her job, which I do not advocate for. 5150 becomes unemployed. 5150 gets unemployment. 5150 now has a revenue stream, but she doesn't have to actually go to work to do it, which means 5150 now has no parameters and restrictions for Crazy Town. And so things go off the rails very quickly. Things start accelerating into like stalking in real life. No, we do not. We want 5150 to stay employed. We want 5150 to, a psychiatric hold. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you. Oh, that feels like a little worse. I thought it was this whole time it was a restraining order. Shoot. Permission to maybe change 5150. We don't want to make fun of a psych hold. Sorry, I didn't know. I thought 5150 meant a restraining order. Karen Black, permission to change 5150 to something else. And only Karen Black can tell me yes or no if we change it. If Karen Black says that we have to keep it, we keep it. Too bad that's the name. I just want to see what Karen says. Hold on. Oh, 209A. Okay. Ew, to your dad, Jessica Fritz. Earned it. I need Karen Black to tell me if we keep it or we have to change it. Only Karen can say. Taylor Swift, we can't give her Taylor Swift because she will actually like that in some bizarre way. Taylor Swift. She said keep. I can't see it. Karen is saying keep. Karen's in charge. I just like Karen Black. She says keep. 11,000 people know the name challenge. Okay. Change to 666. No, we could get a little bit more creative. Can you imagine if I make all of you those Swiftie friendship bracelets and they all just say 5150 on it? Fucking dead. 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 On the agenda for today, we're going into Savers in 5 minutes to look for the curtains that I gave my daughter that I wish I gave myself. Mistakes were made. We have to stand by it. They look very cute in her kitchen. Second, I know people may think this is just like not really a job, but we painted wooden Christmas ornaments all the years we were together in my house, and that's on our tree. And I bought some star wooden Christmas ornaments that I'm going to paint for Julia's tree as a gift to her. So I have to do that today. Somebody just Googled 5150. Somebody said we can make 5150 bracelets that look like hospital bracelets. I'm dead. I'm dead, you guys. What is this? Oh, TT messaged me and said, I just got a message from her ex-husband. Her former mother-in-law is in hospice and he made amends with her after 20 years. Interesting. I will have to talk to TT about that. Alley Cat, thank you. Savers is a big store, or is it like a Dollar Tree? Savers, this one is it's bigger. This one's bigger than a Dollar Tree. I was the first person to complain about the Dollar Tree that came into Somerset. It's like right near my house. Like I live literally 2.5 blocks away from a Dunkin', a Delkin, and a Dollar Tree. And I hated the Dollar Tree. I was like, we don't need this, blah, 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 blah. Guess who's fucking at Dollar Tree every goddamn day? Bunny. All the time. There all the time. Savers is like a thrift store. It's just everything here is pre-owned. The thing I like about Savers, and I know Salvation Army does it too, but I knew somebody that worked here and talked about everything getting like sanitized and clean at Savers. Listen, when you're thrift and everything comes together, like it's just gross. And everything I wash, obviously, but there's just some practices that Savers uses that I really like. The Goodwill store in Attleboro is the best thrifting store I have ever seen. I have never walked into a store and had 1,000 things in my carriage and have to like put things back. Like there was so much stuff maybe I just hit it at the right time, but there was so much stuff there I wanted. It was just the best experience. The Somerset Dollar Tree is actually decent. It is. Why, CW? You in Somerset? I can't take you in with me. I'm going to have to disconnect the stream. We obviously can't go shopping together. That would be strange. We will steal Holly together on Saturday, but oh, you're in Dighton. All right. Besties, an hour and a half of this absolute mess. Did I cry on this today? Did I cry? Let's talking about shit. I cried. Jesus. Oh, that's how you know about Miller's. Tomorrow morning, somebody who will be here tomorrow morning, I want somebody to remind me to tell you the story about what happened one night when I was driving home from Miller's that involves someone on the highway. Okay. None of you who are listening and live here come to Savers right now. I am in my sweats. I have last night's makeup on. I don't want to see your faces. Don't come find me. Okay. Claire Elizabeth, try to have a great day today. I'll call Savers and let them know a wide load has arrived. Funny, your mom is here. Sir, or whoever, these fake accounts, are you... We talked about this yesterday. Perhaps you weren't on the morning 24 on 24 yesterday, where I told everybody my nickname that I was given when I was a kid by my stepfather was Porky. Okay? Porky. That was my name. Hey, Porky, get in here and clean this kitchen floor again. Porky. Do you think that an internet person hiding behind a fake profile stings the same way a stepfather who you live in the same house with calls you Porky on a daily? What are you talking about, weirdo? Weirdo. Is this Greg, actually? Is this my stepfather? He could be in here. He's weird like that. Okay, we're going to go. Savers is open. I see the doors opening. Coffee, wallet. Okay. All right, what's the lesson that we learned today? The lesson we learned, Jimmy should be teaching this class, is nobody tells us what to do. Ever. And that's it. Listen, Porky. Please use, oh my God. See, this is what we do. We take the power away, although nobody fucking calls me Porky. But if people are going to keep calling me fat, somebody start the trend. Just do listen, Porky, or hashtag listen Porky. Love you too, Pepper Cook. Haters gonna hate. Snark is fun. Learn it. Hit the like on your way out if you haven't. Kelly, thank you. Karen, have a great day. Besties, have a great day. It was really fun on Bunny last night. It was really great on this, but let's step away from this and go like do things, and then we'll reconvene on Aiden has court today, so let's be on top of that. Listen, Porky. Porky could mean take your power today, besties. Right? Okay. All right. Thanks for this. Thanks for doing therapy with me. I appreciate you all very much. Let's have a really great day. I got to go find a curtain. Bye, besties.